Welcome everyone. If I asked you which of these fruits is heavier, you'd instantly know the answer. But if I asked you exactly how much heavier the apple is without using a kitchen scale, things get tricky. In science, especially when we look at cells and biology, we deal with atoms. They are far too tiny to put on a regular scale. So, how do scientists measure the weight of the building blocks of life? The answer is simple: we compare them. And that brings us to our topic today, relative atomic mass. To compare things, you need a standard baseline. Think of a standard carbon-12 atom as a perfectly sliced pizza with 12 identical pieces. Scientists decided that exactly one of those slices would be our basic unit of mass. So, relative atomic mass, which we write as a capital A with a little r, is simply a measure of how heavy any atom is compared to 1/12 of a carbon-12 atom. Because it's just a comparison, a ratio here is a crucial detail for your IGCSE exams. Relative atomic mass has no units. It's not in grams or kilograms. It's just a pure number. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds a lot like chemistry. Why are we learning this in biology class? Well, look at this chart. About 96% of your body, and almost every living thing on Earth, is made of just 4 elements: hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen. If we look at the periodic table, we can see their relative masses. Hydrogen is the absolute lightest at just 1. Carbon is 12, nitrogen is 14, and oxygen is 16. Every protein, strand of DNA, and cell membrane in our bodies is built out of these masses. Let's do a quick mental math exercise together. We all know that water is H2O. That means one molecule of water has 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. Using the numbers we just saw, 2 hydrogens give us a mass of 2. 1 oxygen gives us a mass of 16. If we add them together, the relative molecular mass of water is 18. Why does a biologist care that water's mass is 18? Because mass affects movement. In biology, molecules have to diffuse across cell membranes. Generally, the lighter a molecule is, the faster it can move. Knowing the mass helps us predict how fast substances move in and out of cells. Let's look at a real-world example inside a plant leaf. During photosynthesis, a plant takes in carbon dioxide gas, and releases oxygen gas. If we calculate their masses, carbon dioxide has a mass of 44, while oxygen gas has a mass of 32. Because oxygen is lighter, it actually diffuses out of the leaf stomata slightly faster than the heavy carbon dioxide diffuses in. Biologists also use slightly heavier, harmless versions of these atoms called isotopes in labs to track exactly how sugars travel from the leaves down to the roots. Understanding atomic mass is like having a tracking system for the chemistry of life. To wrap it all up, remember these 3 key takeaways for your revision. Relative atomic mass is a comparison, so it never uses units. It is completely based on the carbon-12 standard. Biologists rely on it to understand how essential molecules move through living systems. Before I finish, let's see who was paying attention. If a carbon atom has a relative mass of 12, and a magnesium atom has a relative mass of 24. How many times heavier is the magnesium atom than the carbon atom? Exactly, twice as heavy. Thank you all for listening, and let me know if you have any questions.